Så ja, gratulerer til alle sammen. Egentlig litt sånn småbitter for at du ikke ble levert ut IBM Award for den IBMs største nerd. Det burde jo vært meg. Hvor er den? Neste år. Veldig bra. Men jeg mener også at alle sammen her er jo egentlig vinnere. Så jeg synes vi skal ta en applaus for alle oss sammen.
Og vi mener jo at det er utrolig viktig at man faktisk tør å leke litt sammen, for det er jo da man skaper innovasjon. Og i IBM så har vi over 3000 forskere som sitter og egentlig leker seg hver dag for å skape ny teknologi som bidrar til ny innovasjon. Hvordan klarte vi for eksempel å flytte på atom? Jo, det var nettopp gjennom leik.
Og er det ett land vi vet er god på å lage leker og å leke, så er det USA.
Og det har jo kommet veldig mye bra fra USA. Vi har jo blant annet
The Hamburger,
The Light Bulb,
The Pickup Truck,
Brad Pitt,
The Movies,
The Computer,
Coca-Cola,
Hollywood,
The Kardashians,
The Intel Processor,
IBM of course,
Hooters,
The Credit Card,
Super Bowl,
McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Pizza Hut,
Jeg tror vi har skjønt det nå, men vi har glemt det viktigste.
Åja, og det tror jeg alle vet hva er, for det er jo nemlig Star Wars.
Ikke helt det,
Nei, jeg
Harriet.
skjønte det. For du mener selvfølgelig IBMs egen Director of Innovation. Live from Oslo, straight in from New York City, tech founder and one of Norway's most sought-after presenters.
Og kanskje en av dem som jeg ser aller mest opp til.
Ja, no pun intended there, for å si det sånn.
Please welcome Thomas Anglero on stage.
Woo!
All right, I am the last thing before all you get to eat. So I'm going to try to do my best job so you have something to talk about other than everything that's happened. Is that good? Yeah? So there's some really interesting things that I've heard today. Today was an amazing day because I saw the probably most attractive Darth Vader I've ever seen in my life. Yes? Yeah? I saw a Dane actually admit that Danes are the ugliest people in the Nordic countries. I wasn't the only one that thought that was weird. But I disagree with one big one. Some things were said about the Finns today. And I think Finns are amazing. So I'm dedicating this entire presentation to Finns because many years ago when I first came to Norway, I worked with Ericsson. And we had these Finns in Finland. No matter what, these people innovated like mad. Ericsson would say, don't do it. They would do it, and they would prove the world wrong. They actually were a huge inspiration for me to be innovative. So that's why I was innovation director at Skattetan. Now I'm an innovation director at IBM. And so everything you see here is inspired by these massively phenomenal Finns. So any Finns out there? One Finn. What's your name? I can't pronounce that. Ante! This is for you, Ante! What did he say? I can't understand a word they say, but I love you anyway! God bless Finland! But I'm serious. I met these Finns, and they pushed me out of my comfort zone. They made me think, I thought I was good. I thought I was an executive. I thought I knew what I was talking about. But to be innovative, you know you're innovative when everybody hates you. Think about that. And all of you being Norwegian, Norwegians don't want to be hated at all. Vi må bli hyggelig med sammen, ikke sant? Åtte gøy, åtte bra. Fredag klokken 2, vi går til hytta, ja-da-da. But nobody wants to be hated. But innovation costs. Innovation costs massive amounts. And you have to really, they say step out your comfort zone. But to be innovative, you have to be willing to stand there by yourself. You're the only person in the world. You have a picture in your head. You have an idea. You wake up in the morning, you go, this idea has to be born. Do any of you wake up in the morning and go, you wake up and your wife or your husband or whoever sees you jump out of bed, you go, yeah! Anybody? You do? Seriously? How does she handle it? Or he handle it? I don't know. Which way do you go? Does it work? Does he pull you back in bed? No. It doesn't work. No, just kidding. That is what it takes. That's what it takes. So let's talk about the Kodak story. All of you know the Kodak story? Y'all and I. This side of the room says something, this side. Y'all and I. Yeah. What? This, y'all and I. Yeah. You guys need food. The Kodak story, what you think about the Kodak story is actually not the true Kodak story. Do you guys know who that guy is? Other than his name is Steve Sasson. Does anybody know who he is? He's the inventor of the world's first digital camera. And there it is. It's 7.5 kilos heavy. Now you have to understand, when this happened, back in 1975, when this picture was taken, and he invented that camera, Kodak was #1 in every single market in the world. Every single town, every single city, every single store. They sold Kodak cameras, film, everything. Everything was Kodak. And this guy, I'm using the Darth Vader mask as a prop, is okay? So this guy came out with this really ugly thing. See how hideous that thing is? And he went down through the halls of Kodak. And he went to every vice president's door. He said, will you invest in my idea? Y'all and I. Nej, skicklig norsk. Will you invest in my idea? Say nej. She enjoyed that. Will you invest in my idea? Nej. With attitude. Will you invest? Will you invest? You see how everybody's worried that I'm coming to them? Imagine what Steve felt when he went down the halls of Kodak from vice president to vice president with his dream, that idea, just like you had when you woke up in the morning, this idea has to exist. Because Steve did not quit, because Steve said, you know what, this ugly thing is going to change the world. Because of that, every single one of you got a digital camera, you got a mobile phone, right? You have pictures in there of people that mean everything to you, yes? Yes? Yes. When you take a picture of your granddaughter or your daughter, she's doing something wonderful, and you capture that moment that that person you love, do you guys think of, say, thank you, Steve? Ja eller nej? Why not? How come he's not famous? How come when we think of innovation, we think of Elon Musk? We think of Steve Jobs? How come the guy he's the reason why every moment that I have in my phone of capturing the people I love, I was at the top of this mountain Kilimanjaro, all these things I've done in my life, because of him, because he was all alone, because he was willing to take that journey by himself, and he heard, nej, 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 nej. He persisted and did not quit. Because of him, all of those amazing moments that in your personal life have been captured is because of a guy like him. That's innovation. It's not just a cool word, it cost. He's not rich. He didn't make any money. Kodak went concurs. But all those moments in your mobile phone have been captured because he didn't stop. He thought this ugly thing was worth it. How many of you wake up in the morning and go, it's ugly, but it's going to change the world? That guy changed your world. Next time you take a picture, instead of thanking your little pretty little daughter or whatever like that, talk Scott, Steve. Do you guys know the Kodak story now? That's the true Kodak story. Innovation costs. Anybody seen these before? Anybody been to Moomur's house lately? Best of Moore's house? Does anybody even visit them anymore? It's funny now, right? 20 years ago it was an embarrassing question. Today it's like, let me send her an SMS or see if she's on Tinder. But I guess, now Mumu wouldn't be on Tinder, would she? Anybody's Mumu on Tinder? No. Is that politically correct question? I don't know. This is Dow Corning. Dow Corning, back again in the 70s, they were the #1 pots and pan company in the world. They're 160 years old. They know their pots and pans. Does that look very innovative? Anybody? It's boring as hell, right? It's a pots and pan. The CEO of the company, again, they were #1 in every kitchen in the world, the same thing. The CEO of the company woke up one day and said, we have more money than God. We are making billions of dollars in the 1970s. That's a hell of a lot of money. He goes, we're number one in every market. This is not good. So what he did was he took 3 of his engineers, 3 people. He says, I'm giving you 1 year. Go outside of the company. You have unlimited budget. Come back in 1 year right here and tell me where's the future of our company. Will any of you ever do that to your employees? Any of you? Who's that innovative? Who's willing to risk the entire company? You're number one in every market. Are you willing to give your entire future to 3 people 1 year? Anybody, raise your hand. The lights are in my eyes. I must be blind. I don't see any hands up. No one. Oof, am I. Here we go. 1 year later. 1 year later, the 3 engineers came back and they said, sir, we're not a pots and pan company, sir. We're a glass company. We know glass. And the entire future, sir, the entire future is going to go into this thing called the internet, sir. And because we know glass, we've created, sir, the world's first fiber optic cable. And in the future, all communication shall go through is about a 10-centimeter piece of glass. So this is about it. That's what they had. They went away and they came back after 1 year, and that's all they took out of their pocket. Would you have freaked out? Uncomfortable laughter. And they said in the future, this thing called the internet, all communication will go through this piece of glass, sir. We're a glass company. The CEO said, I believe you. He then went into his board of directors, presented it. They told him 2 things are going to happen. Number 1, you're fired. Number 2, we're committing to a mental institution. You're crazy. But because the CEO did not quit, today, every time you use the internet, did you know that fiber optic glass, that optical fiber, came from Mumu's kitchen? Did you guys see the internet in that? Do you understand what innovation is? Innovation is the ability to look at something that you may see every single day of your life that doesn't get you excited, and you're able to see the future, a future that hasn't happened yet. Do you get it? That's innovation. By the way, those are the guys. Look at the top right corner, the black and white picture. That's really important. They look like normal people, right? They look like your Nabu, the person you hang out when you see in the Hitta, right? They're nothing special. You don't have to be a guy in a turtleneck sweater or be really cool, have a lot of money, to be innovative. They're not the most handsome people in the world. Anybody think they're handsome? Raise your hand. Seriously? She's just kidding. Gotta talk to you later. And here they are today. I think this is really, really important. When you are thinking about the future, when you have a new project and you're saying, we have to be innovative, you have to get rid of all the pictures that you haven't had that the media's been giving you, and you got to put this picture in your head of those guys. Balding, horribly dressed, blah, 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 blah. That's the future. They created the internet. What will you and your employees create? Do you get it? That's where the internet was born, in the kitchen. That's who gave birth to it. Within you, within your people, are the future. You just have to be able to trust in them. By the way, the CEO wasn't done. Corning got really happy. They said, wow, we're a really innovative company. We got to do more. Everybody have a mobile phone? What's the name of the glass on the mobile phone? Gorilla Glass, made by Corning. Corning Gorilla Glass is on every mobile phone in the world. Huawei, Apple, blah, 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 blah. Is Corning Gorilla Glass. It's Corning. Did you see the world's largest mobile phone when you saw fiber optic cable? Did you see the world's largest mobile phone when you saw that? From that picture, from that kitchenware, that's so boring. When I first put up, a lot of people were like, what the hell is this? Gave birth to the internet, and it gave birth to a huge movement in mobile phone telecom. Did anybody see that when they saw that picture? Innovation cost. You have to look beyond what you see in front of you, and you have to dream. If you have crazy people in your company, you go, "Hana legal." Hva skjer med han? Or I'll be very Norwegian. Can I do the Norwegian joke, right? What do Norwegians do 2 minutes before they go to lunch? Skal vi spise sammen? Skal vi spise sammen? Skal vi spise sammen? Do you guys not do this before you go to lunch? You guys don't laugh at yourself? You should watch yourselves. It's really funny. My point is this. When you guys go like a herd, there's like 2, 3, 5 people all going to the canteen at the same time, and there's one person sitting all by themselves, that one person is like this guy. What's your name, by the way? Dog. It's just like Dog. That one person sitting by themselves in the cantina is just like Dog. He woke up in the morning and he says, I have an idea that has to give birth. That has to give birth. Do you get it? Innovation ain't pretty. Innovation is doing something that no one else has ever thought before. Of course people don't get it. They're not supposed to. They're not supposed to. Does everybody get what I'm saying? Does everybody want to do something stupid now? No. You guys are being too Norwegian. That's okay. This is the problem, and this is the challenge that we are having and that all you are feeling right now. The left side, this is where all the companies are today. We're based on profit, not purpose. The right side is where society is not going, it is today. This is the whole Airbnb, the whole Uber, the whole crowd sharing, all these technology. What's going on? Why are these people doing things for free? What's happening with the dynamic of business? It's all here. His side here, we have hierarchies. We have bosses says, okay, I have an innovation project. Do any of you have, the innovation is a box. Anybody have that in their company? If you have an innovative idea, put a card in a box. Would we have seen innovation and all that other stuff? You had a card in a box. This world here of hierarchy, controlling, planning, privacy, it is dying. This is the thing, to transition from this side to this side, from hierarchies where I am your boss, you must report to me, all ideas must go through me, to this new world, to this world of networks where we share everything. Open source. I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this because it moves me, because it gets me excited. This side of the world is exploding. I know a kid in video going to school. He's 17 years old. He makes $1 million. Did any of you make $1 million when you're 17? Raise your hand. Other than Dog. You don't have to raise your hand. By the way, your Dog, you married? Damn, okay. Trying to get you a date, Dog. You should have said no. This kid's 17 years old. He goes to video going to school, and his teacher, he told me his teacher was writing on the board, and he was falling asleep in class. It was so boring. And the teacher turned around. She says, Teacher said, you're never going to be anything. You're never going to turn out to be anything. The kid is 17 years old. He's making $1 million a year selling stuff from China and then drop shipping it all over the world. What is the goal of everybody in this room? It's one of your goals, to make a lot of money. If you were video going to school and you made $1 million a year, what's your goal now? This side here is huge. You got kids, teenagers, who are already achieving all the things we try to achieve over here. They're achieving it at 17. They're working in a different world. This is why these things, crowd sharing, all this stuff is exploding. They work in a different way. They made a huge jump to this new world. So I want to end this presentation by just explaining to you one thing, the IBM story. And I like to explain it in one simple way. It's about jumping. IBM has been around for over 100 years, long, long time. And how do you stay such a large IT company for so long? Real simple. You create a technology. When you create the technology, you have high margins. Over time, the margins shrink, and when you get to the end, you're saying, God, you know what? Our margins are not so good. We have to create a new technology, and then you got to jump. Boom, you have a new technology, nice high margins, and you keep on repeating the cycle. When you get to that precipice at the end saying, what are we going to do? Everything is change. You have to jump. IBM jumps. Every time, it risks the entire company. Today we're cloud, today we're cognitive. We've jumped again. And the most important thing I got to tell you from today, and the whole purpose of today, is that IBM cannot jump alone, and neither can you. IBM and partners jump together. We've been jumping for 100 years. We know how to jump. But one thing we know is we jump best when we jump with our partners. Those are partner jumps. Those aren't IBM jumping by themselves. So in my last thing I want to say is anybody want to jump with me? Anybody want to come on stage and jump? Show some, please, come on up, come on. We're going to jump together. Come on, hey, see, look, anybody else? Anybody who won an award want to jump? Come on up, there we go. Good, come on. I need some more women. Any more women left in the crowd? Too many men up here. Yeah, please, come on, there we go. Men, girl, boy, girl. Oh my God, a lot of women, fantastic. Okay, stand at the edge. Put your toes at the edge. Fantastic. Okay, toes at the edge. Okay, good. Now I want you to look down. Think about the challenges you have in your company, right? Don't look at me, look down. What the hell? Okay? Everything is changing. Technology is changing. Your boss is yelling at you. He needs innovation or she needs innovation. What am I going to do? How far down does it look? Looks pretty far down. You're not alone. Everybody, put your arms together. In life, when you need somebody, you pick up the phone and you call your best friend. You say, I have a problem, and your best friend talks to you. All of a sudden, it's so kuschelig, isn't? Isn't that wonderful? Jump together. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much.